I was always in and out of hospital as a child. So I think my first anaphylactic shock allergic reaction was when I was 2 years old. I'm Sean McDonald. I'm 33 years old and I've been on this healing journey for coming up for 2 years now.
Okay, and I'm curious to hear what you are healing from. So can you tell me your early health history? What did you struggle with?
Yeah, so ever since childhood I've always had terrible health. So I was 10 weeks premature right away, and I have always suffered with chronic asthma and allergies. So, and it was always high protein foods like peanuts, eggs, nuts, chicken, beans, pulses, and the asthma. And I was always in and out of hospital as a child. So I think my first anaphylactic shock allergic reaction was when I was 2 years old.
Oh.
And that was when my mum found out I was allergic to peanuts.
Wow.
So.
Did you take any medication or inhaler?
I never knew then. I think I got rushed to hospital and then put on EpiPen, the EpiPen because in shock and stuff. And yeah.
What else did you struggle with in your childhood? Anything else?
Well, that was when I was really young. So my asthma, like I say, constantly, it felt like every week or every few weeks I was in and out of hospital with asthma.
Wow.
I had so much asthma attacks and my allergies were constant. Like my eyes were first thing in the morning, bright red, slime, always slimy eyes, blocked up nose, couldn't breathe properly, sinus problems. I was always the smallest child as well, so I can just remember that all through childhood, and even when I was on holidays and stuff, I used to go on holidays and caravans and things, and it was just hell. I was just always blocked up eyeballs, couldn't breathe properly.
Right.
And then as I got older, the symptoms kind of cleared up a little bit, or so I thought. They were just getting pushed in even more from I was taking inhalers and tablets to help hay fever and allergies. So it was basically just suppressing. And once I got to about my teens, like I say, I was quite small, underweight, very insecure, anxious, couldn't talk properly, all through childhood. My impediment was horrendous. I was blocking,
stuttering.
Yeah, constant. And this has really just cleared up in the past
for sure
2 years since I went on the fruit cleansing. It's really began to clear up, and I think it'll be a way soon.
Wow. So your speech has really helped with the change of diet.
That's been amazing.
Wow.
Always anxious, and that's really cleared up as well. But so I'm around my teens right now. I began to go to the gym, training, doing weightlifting because I was insecure, taking all the protein shakes for years. So training for years and years, taking 6 meals a day, protein, chicken, eggs. Like I say, I had to sort of got over my allergies then, so I could take all this again. And I got to about 25, started using steroids, and this is where it took a turn. So I began to develop chronic pain. Yeah, this was my early 20s. This chronic pain began to creep in my neck.
Right.
And my mum has got fibromyalgia, my sister has it, so it was beginning to creep in. So I had this chronic pain in my neck that lasted for 8 years.
Wow. And you thought you had fibromyalgia as well?
Yeah, I thought it was, so I was going to the hospital. They gave me all the treatment. They says they couldn't help me anymore. They checked my neck, MRIs, things like this. They says we can't find any issues, so we're just going to have to put you on tablets the rest of your life. So I was like, no way. So I began to spend the next 8 or so years, spent thousands of pounds on private treatment, osteopath, chiropractors, massage, acupuncture. Then I went on to like energy healing crystals. I was trying anything. Tried the paleo for a year.
Wow.
Keto. Tried keto for about a year.
Okay.
Not really much improvements.
Okay.
Not even really any improvements. And the neck pain gradually began. I was getting more and more anxious.
Right.
More and more anxious, and then at the end of the 8 years I was getting panic attacks every week. Like the panic attacks were really bad, and for 2 years straight I had frontal headaches.
Oh.
I had these frontal headaches for 2 years. I think that's which was causing me to be anxious, these headaches. So as I say, trying everything, energy healers and things like that. And then I came across somebody on YouTube called Robert Morse.
Right.
The man who saved my life.
Oh, okay.
He opened up my eyes to truth.
Right, and he's all about fruits, right?
He's all about fruits, he's all about the lymphatic system, acids. He's saying everything's acids and things like this.
Right, right.
So what made sense to me was he was talking about how we are frugivores. And I hadn't heard of that before. It's like frugivore, I thought we were omnivore or herbivore or something. Frugivore. So that makes complete sense, that we look like primates. And then he was talking about how no other animal on the planet eats cooked food, and they don't really have any health issues apart from the household animals. I was like, no other animal eats cooked food, this makes complete sense as well. So I was like, I've tried everything else, let's try it and see what happens. So I stopped eating cooked food. I think it was on paleo, and I switched straight over from that to fruit.
Wow.
I stopped training straight away. I said I want to focus on healing, so I stopped training. And as you can imagine, I went from this like chunky kind of guy to like I lost a lot of weight, which most of it was like all inflammation, fat, fluids, all this kind of stuff, most of it. So what I thought was muscle was just all kind of waste and stuff.
Right.
But everybody was like, you've lost so much weight, you okay?
Yeah.
You're just eating fruit. I'm like, you weren't asking questions when I was eating crap, but now I'm eating fruit, you're asking all these questions. Interesting. But anyway, I stuck to that quite hardcore for 6 or so months. I was doing fruit and juice cleanses and fasting and colonics. Done the master fast for a little bit, and gradually pain going away. 8 years of pain now completely gone.
Really?
Like 2 years of headaches completely gone. Panic attacks away. No more anxiety. My speech impediments clearing up slowly. So I'm just seeing massive health improvements.
Allergies and asthma and inhaler.
My allergies have cleared up. My allergies have cleared up. My asthma is the only thing I have to work on still.
Right.
That's the only thing, and that's cleared up hugely. So, like, I used to be allergic to the hot and the cold, so I'd get like hives everywhere. Used to be allergic to like fruits, like pineapples and apples, watermelons. Not allergic to them anymore. Like I say, my asthma's cleared up. The chronic pain that my parents not have, that isn't there anymore. Thank God for that.
Right. So no fibromyalgia.
No, that's completely gone.
That is so amazing.
And it happened in such a short amount of time as well. Like 6 to 8 kind of months of like hardcore fasting and fruits and Now I'm doing mostly fruit. I have some cooked food here and there.
And vegetables or salads?
Vegetables, salads. But I would like to get back to the like fruit and salads again. So I'm going to spend a lot of time this year doing a lot of fasting.
Right.
So that's been the physical side. I've seen dramatic improvements on my outlook, my emotions. I feel more centered, grounded, have more focus, direction of where I want to go in life. It's opened up other avenues. Now I'm helping others. So it's just been one door is closed and this one's opened up. You know?
Awesome.
It's been beautiful.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you said you were helping others. Do you have a website?
It's called Oneness Tribe.
Oneness Tribe.
Oneness Tribe. Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. I've got a website as well. So that's coming along slowly but surely just now. So
Awesome.
Oneness Tribe, feel the vibe.
Nice.
So,
well, I'm really glad you wanted to share your story, and I'm sure people will be inspired by it. So thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me share.
If you would like to know more about how I got well naturally, you can go to my website and get more information. Here you can get a Get Started guide where I tell you all about the diet and lifestyle that I used, and you can also download my top 5 tips totally free. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.